Hello. So I believe others will join us as time goes on, right? But I'm just going to start by introducing myself. I believe we already know me, but to an extent, I'm just going to start again, right? So my name is BM Mata, and I'm a business strategist. I'm a business development person. I do business strategy. I do social media strategy, everything strategy, right? So I do that, and I currently work as a business support specialist in a business consultation company, right? Yes. So basically this live is centered, like you can see, it is centered around how you can maximize opportunities on LinkedIn, as well as how you can get opportunities not just on LinkedIn but across other platforms, right? So I'm going to be sharing basically around getting opportunities, and of course I'm going to be sharing my story with you, right? So the interesting amazing story that you have been looking forward to hear for a long time, right? So I'm going to be sharing the story with you as well on this call. So without further ado, please just comment below your name and where you're watching me from, whatever country you're watching me from. Please just comment below. I want to know who and who is here, right? So just send your comment and your name so I can see that. Okay, Samuel. Okay, Daniel, right? Olatunbo Somola already wrote their names. Okay, I'm waiting. So please, as you're coming, you're welcome. You're welcome. Just write your name and where you're watching me from. Just comment below your name and where you're watching me from. Hello, everyone. You're welcome. So we are having more people now. I want to see you and I want to know where you are watching me from, right? So just help with your name and where you're watching me from, your name and your location. You could just give Lagos, Nigeria, if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, or Ibadan, Nigeria, or wherever you are, right? So just whether Uganda, oh, from Ogbomosho, interesting. Adidapo Dream, so good to see you. So good to I know I can't see you, right, but you can see me. Ayola Ramas from Songo, Nigeria, interesting. You're welcome. So good to see you. So good that you are seeing me, right? I think that's the word. All right, Bola from Ibadan, Michael Obasheston from United States of Nigeria. Interesting. That's USN, right? All right, so thank you everyone for joining this live session. And like you already know from the broadcast, you must have seen, this live session is centered around me sharing with you my story of how I've been able to access different career opportunities globally on LinkedIn, as well as help you to understand how you can as well grow from being an onlooker on LinkedIn to becoming a global voice and the next LinkedIn superstar, right? Yes, not like that I've attained much, but in the few months of being like very intentional about it, I know what it is to actually get opportunities on LinkedIn. And the funny thing is, even opportunities that you do not expect. It's a different thing when you're expecting an opportunity, and a different thing when you just get the one that you're not expecting. It's just mind blowing, right? All right, so I'm so excited to be here to have everyone from different parts of Nigeria and different parts of the world, right? So don't forget, as you're joining us, just register below your name and then where you are watching me from. All right, so I think I'm just going to start while others will join us, right? The replay of this particular video will be available on the channel, so you still have access to watch it even after this live session, right? Yes, so without further ado, if you know that this is your first time on this channel, like this is the first time you're coming across this YouTube channel, so please ensure that you subscribe and you watch other videos. I believe they will benefit you, right? So yeah, without wasting any more of our time, so let me just get started. All right, so like I said earlier, for those that joined earlier, my name is BM Mata. Okay, yeah, you can hear me clearly. Please, at any point in time, if you can't hear me, just let me know, please. So my name is Ibiyemi Mata, and I am a business strategist. I work as a business consultant, not really consultant, but more of a business Okay, Molola from Ekpe, you're welcome. So more of a business strategist, right? So I do strategy for business, helping them to, map out the right strategies, the right resources, the right things that they can do to actually grow their businesses from zero level to their desired dreams, right? As well, I am someone that I'm passionate about growth. So I help people to actually discover themselves and, maximize opportunities around them to grow, like to their desired goal and dreams, right? Just to achieve their dreams. So basically, you must have seen me from across, I don't know, LinkedIn, physically and everywhere. Yes, so nonetheless, I'm so excited that this live session is happening because I've been getting like questions. Moi, how did you do it? Moi, how do we do it? Moi, how do I go about it? Right? So please and please, I want you to do one thing in this live session. I want you to pay attention. Please, I really want you to pay attention, and I know that you will get value from this session. So please and please pay attention and don't get distracted. It will really help. If you have a pen and a paper, you can jot something. You would get a lot of value. Onifadi Eniola from Abeokuta, Ogun State, you're welcome to the live session. I'm so excited to have you here with me. All right, so I'll just begin by telling us what LinkedIn is, right? So I believe that many people must have heard LinkedIn, and some people might not have even heard LinkedIn, right? So you might not be familiar. If you know that you have been using LinkedIn, just specify below. And if you have not been using LinkedIn, no worries, no fear, no intimidation. Just let me know that, oh, I'm just hearing it for the first time, or have heard about it but I've not been using it. So I want it to be very, very interactive. So please and please just write a comment if you have been using LinkedIn before, or if you have not. I just want to know to have an overview of those that we have on the call right now. So for me, I would say that LinkedIn is that global social media platform that enables you to position yourself as a professional person, right? So LinkedIn is a corporate social media platform. It's not like Instagram, it's not like Facebook, it's not like YouTube, right? So it's not like TikTok, right? So it's also a social media platform. However, it is more of a corporate and professional platform, right? So it is not somewhere that you just go and post videos of you twerking. It's not somewhere that you go and just post memes anyhow. No, it's not somewhere that you just go and just do things anyhow. So basically, LinkedIn is that professional platform that enables you to put out your career life, right? If there's any word like that. So it enables you to put out yourself, who you are as a career person. So basically, it is not that regular social platform where you do buzz like Twitter, right? I know if you are active on Twitter, and basically I know that almost everyone knows what Twitter is about. It's for the memes and for the buzzwords. Right? So LinkedIn is not that platform that allows for that, right? So basically what LinkedIn enables you to do is just to position yourself out as a career person, as a professional person, right? So LinkedIn is more of accessing and positioning yourself, right? Like what you do with your life, how you earn money, what you do for a living. That's everything that LinkedIn is about. And basically, all right, so if you're yet to introduce yourself, please, it's very important that you do, so that we can get to familiarize more with each other, right? So it's very important. Yes, so like I was saying, so LinkedIn is that platform that allows you to, show yourself to people as someone that does this and this as regards career, right? As regards career. So it is not about twerking, it's not about your marriage, it's not about, although people now bring their personal life into LinkedIn, and that is quite okay, because all work and no play makes money a dull girl, right? Yeah. So that's the way LinkedIn works. I believe we have an overview of what LinkedIn is about. Please, I want you to just comment below if you understand what LinkedIn is about now, whether you have an understanding of it before or you're just getting to understanding now. So please, I want you to just place a comment below. and say yes or no, or I have a question, or what exactly is this about. I just wanted to. And before I even forget, let me just add this. LinkedIn is like the number one global platform that does that, like that allows you to position yourself corporately, right? So that's like a big win, because it's not TikTok, it's not Instagram, it's not Twitter, right? So it is the first and like the central platform that allows for that. I mean, think about that. That's a lot, right? Yes, so LinkedIn is that platform that allows for that. And right, so after now I'm going to just getting to understand LinkedIn. Interesting, and I believe you have an understanding of it now. So it's also a social media platform, like we said earlier, right? But what you now do on LinkedIn is to talk more and to position yourself more about your career, about what you do with your life, in quotes, right? So it's just like summary. It's a professional platform. That's just it. I believe you understand it better now, Hara Pearl's enterprise, right? Yeah, so that is basically what LinkedIn is all about. So there are few things you can do on LinkedIn, and basically that is like what LinkedIn is about. That's what people go to LinkedIn to actually do, right? So the first thing you need, or the way LinkedIn works, is this. So there are different segments on LinkedIn, and there are different sections on LinkedIn, right? That helps you to put yourself out there. You know, on Instagram, you have your bio, right? You have your reels section, you have your a website section, everywhere that you have to put every information. So the way LinkedIn works is this: you have different sections, and all of those sections are still centered around the goal of LinkedIn. And just so you know, we have begun to talk now about how to position yourself, all right, for opportunities on LinkedIn. So please, I want you to pay maximum and rapt attention to this, right? So like I was saying, so LinkedIn is that platform that there is a section for you to give a brief about yourself, to give a brief about what you do, to give a brief about your career. Remember, LinkedIn is more about career, is that serious place, right? So it allows you to give a brief about, your entirety, what you do and what you are all about in your daily life, right? So after that, LinkedIn also allows you to even put out like a mini CV. So there is something we call LinkedIn profile, right? So I call it a mini CV. Now what that happens to be is that on that CV platform, or on that profile aspect, you are able to give a track record of everything you have done. I want to say in your life, right? So everything you have done as regards career. So for example, I went to so and so school from this year to this year. I worked in this place from this year to this year. I did this from this year to this year, right? So it allows you to actually give record and give account of that. And why is that important? It's actually so that when someone wants to give you a job, or when you need to actually get a job, you would use that as a reference point, right? So somebody can just go to my LinkedIn now and have an overview of everything I do as regards career, and the person can just go ahead to just give me the job if they will or not. And of course, that was one of the ways I landed the job that you must have seen on the thumbnail, right? So from LinkedIn to Canada, right? Yes. So that is actually it. Now, how do you set this up is important, because this is a live session and not a complete tutorial, right? I'm just going to give you perks, and then of course there is an opportunity for you later on, like one-on-one session, for me to walk you through this, right? So don't worry, it's a live session, and I'm committed to making sure that you also get that your desired, opportunity and dream on LinkedIn, right? Okay, so if you're still with me, please just comment below, just say hello or something, right? So I just want to know that we are still here. I can still see some of us here. So if you're still with me, please just let me know that you're still with me. All right, interesting. So please just comment below and let me know that you are still with me and paying rapt attention. Okay, so like I was saying, so that allows you to, position yourself and give a track record of the things that you have done. So yes, Zara, Okay, interesting, interesting. You're with me. Interesting. Thank you. All right. So, like I was saying, so on LinkedIn, you have different segments. And the good thing, and recently I just discovered that and I've been maximizing it, is that, for example, when I work with Ara, for example, Ara and I have a transaction. So, for example, I help Ara to write a business plan. Okay, so I didn't remember saying that I write business plans as well. So, for example, I write Ara's business plan for her business, and then she likes it. So I can actually tell Ara to write me a recommendation on LinkedIn, so that when Gabriel sees it, he is able to say, oh, Moyi has done this for this person and this person gave a good review. I'm going to also let Moyi write my business plan. Now you can see how sweet that is, right? However, many people don't maximize that, really, because it's just there for being their sake, and if you don't maximize it, you are just one step behind from where you should actually be, right? So I'll just take a break from talking about LinkedIn to share about my personal story on LinkedIn, right? And I know that that is what we have been itching to hear, and I'm really, really ready to share it. Okay, so I opened the LinkedIn account sometimes in 2020. I think it should be around March, April, thereabouts, right? So that's like over 2 years now. Yes, so I opened the LinkedIn account in 2020 because I was interning with the company and I was required to, open the account. However, because it looked too serious for my liking, it was just like everybody were celebrating one win or the other. This person is either getting a job, or this person is graduating, or this person is traveling out, or this person is doing just one thing or the other. And at that point, I'm like, what am I doing in my life? So, there's this kind of subtle intimidation on LinkedIn. That's if you want to be intimidated, right? How many people has experienced that? Or how many people feel like that? For those that have been on LinkedIn, how many people feel like, this place, the prayer is getting worse and worse and worse? Okay, so for me it was like that, and at some point I just felt like I don't think this place is for me. So what I just go there to do is congratulate people. I just send congratulations to people, and I'll just read one or two things and just leave LinkedIn. So I was not making posts, I was not doing anything there, I was not getting jobs, I was not doing anything. But so I felt like people were lying. So whenever someone is celebrating a win, or they say somebody reached out to them on LinkedIn and the person is able to give them a job or do this for them, I'm like, Nigeria. That's just the way I feel, like it's a scam, or people are just trying to sweet mouth everything, and just so that we can do it, right? So that's just the way I used to feel. However, over time that mentality changed because I took a decision this year. Now note that 2020 I didn't do anything on LinkedIn. 2021 I did nothing on LinkedIn, right? But in 2022, not even in January, not in February, not in March, not in April, not in May, not in June, not in July, right? So in August 2020 I actually took a decision to eventually become serious with my life on LinkedIn, right? And that is actually to let you know that you are not late, you are right in time. So if you calculate from August till now, it's just about 2 months and few weeks or few days, right? So it's less than 3 months actually. And honestly, you are not late. That's one thing I tell people. I want you to type it there and say, I am not late. Like, I'm not late even for my opportunities. Just type it there. I am not late. I am not late. I am not late. Just say it. Type it there. I want you to type it. So I'm waiting for your comment. Say, I am not late. I'm not late to get opportunities. I'm not late to be successful. I'm not late to make it. I mean, I am not late for my miracle. I'm not late for my opportunity. Right? So it was in August 2022 that I just took a decision, because okay, one thing is, yes, interesting, you're not late. So one thing is, earlier this year I had a goal. The way we set New Year resolutions, like, this year I want to do this year so that was one of my goals, like, this year I'm going to stay consistent on LinkedIn. But I didn't take a decision, like I didn't take any step, right? I didn't take any step up until August, like I said. So in August, I actually took a decision, and that was how it started. So I joined this consistency challenge that would help me to, write content better. And let me say this again, and I think that is one of the things that many of us face. So I hate writing. Oh my god, who is like me? I don't like writing. Like I used to, okay, let me use the word now. I used to hate writing. If you watch my video where I talked about how to start out as a content writer, you might want to watch it later. I said it there, like I hate writing. So for me, I prefer talking. You see the way I'm talking, eh? I'm on top of the world. Like this is basically what I enjoy doing. But you see, writing used to be a burden to me. So whenever I'm required to write something, I get sick mentally. Like it feels like something is running out of me. All right, so like that's basically the way it works for me. So I did not like writing. So however, okay, so Gabriel is like that as well. But on LinkedIn, you need to write. I mean, you cannot just go there and be talking. You know, if it's Instagram now, I can make reels and just keep talking, and if it's TikTok, I can even dance alone and people will enjoy it. But on LinkedIn, people just look at it like, is this person mad or something, right? So I had to begin to think in my head, how do I get to write? How do I begin to write? So fast track to the challenge I asked you. I told you that I joined. So I joined the challenge, and one of the things that challenge did to me was to actually help me to, build my confidence. Right, and that's one thing about LinkedIn. So let me just tell you a few things that LinkedIn will help you to do. So LinkedIn will either do three things for anybody, and I want you to note this down if you are writing, or comment it below as I'm saying it. So LinkedIn is a land of gold mine. Like I said, it's a gold mine, and then it will help you to achieve three things. The first thing is it will help you to achieve growth and access to opportunities. So if you're on LinkedIn, you have access to growth and opportunity. See, that's the first thing on LinkedIn, because even by reading somebody's success story, you are inspired, and that is somewhere, helping you to grow beyond where you were few minutes before you even read that. Right? So LinkedIn is a place that helps you to grow. Now, the second thing is that LinkedIn helps you to get visibility. And I want you to say that, like, comment it below, visibility. See, I cannot overemphasize this visibility because it's a whole lot. Now, when I say visibility, I'm not saying that your picture is online and people are seeing your picture. No, people are actually connecting with you and getting to know you. Okay, for example, yesterday, for example, somebody still reached out to me, right? And the person is not even in Nigeria at all, right? The person just reached out to me. Hello, Moyi, I love what you do, this and that, and I have an opportunity for you. And to the glory of God, I mean, that was sealed, right? So how was the person able to know Moyi? Is because I am actually on LinkedIn and I'm visible to that person, right? So visibility, it helps a lot. Yes, so LinkedIn helps you to get visible, not just to people in your state or people in your country. It helps you to get visible to people across the world, because of course it's a global thing, it's a global platform, and because it's a platform that encourages growth and opportunities, you are getting visible to the right set of people, right? That is what LinkedIn does. Now, the third thing that LinkedIn will do, and that is the most interesting thing, is that it helps you to get monetization opportunities. So you get monetized. It is not like LinkedIn that it is not like YouTube that when it gets to an extent, YouTube will be paying you. No, LinkedIn is even more than that. So for LinkedIn, you are there, and then people are reaching out to you with opportunities here and there, and you are getting money from LinkedIn. So I've made money from LinkedIn. I've gotten clients from LinkedIn. I've gotten opportunities from LinkedIn. I've gotten jobs from LinkedIn. I've gotten speaking engagements from LinkedIn, right? Next week, I have a speaking engagement somewhere in Lagos here, and it is from LinkedIn, right? So we have like access to all of these things. But 2021, when I was silent on LinkedIn, I didn't get this. 2022, I didn't get this. I mean, but when I made a decision and then I began to follow the necessary steps, right? That was when I began to get these opportunities on LinkedIn. So let me just share with you briefly the necessary steps and the things that you can be doing to actually position yourself for opportunities on LinkedIn and as well get the opportunities on LinkedIn, right? And before I even say that, in case you are wondering, this LinkedIn is not for everybody. I think LinkedIn is just for some people. No, my dear, no. All right, so let me say this: LinkedIn is for everybody. Like everybody, say it to yourself where you are. LinkedIn is for me. I mean, okay, let me say it this way: the opportunities on LinkedIn is for me, right? They are all for me. So LinkedIn is actually for me. Honestly, you can comment it below. Why I'm asking you to comment it below is that the more you are typing it, the more you're like it's sticking to your brain. There's a way that when you write something actually stays, and then you're saying it, right? So it is very important, and for me to know that you are actually following, right? So LinkedIn is actually for everybody that desires growth, for everybody that desires monetization, for everybody that wants to become a globally recognized person in that field that they are. Yes, Aderekola David, LinkedIn is for you. Yes, it's for everybody. So whether you have a business, whether you are selling something, whether you are working in a company, or whether you are just somebody that desires growth, and even whether you are yet to discover your purpose, LinkedIn is for you. So I want you to actually note that. I want you to note that. Some people are giving the videos thumbs up. Okay, so please give the videos a thumbs up. Interesting. Thank you for that. Right? So LinkedIn is actually for everybody that desires growth opportunities, like we have said. Now, how do you now start up on LinkedIn, or how do you differentiate yourself from other people on LinkedIn? If you read the text that I attached to the thumbnail, right, the design, you would see there that that particular person commented and said, I checked through your profile and I saw that your skills match an opening in my company. Right, I'm going to get to the in-depth of the story, but I want to talk about how you can differentiate yourself. Now, here is the thing: I know I'm not the only one that does what I do on LinkedIn. I know I'm not the only one that was online on that day that that person checked LinkedIn. I know I'm not the only one that is seeking for job or that needs an opportunity, right? I'm not the only one that actually needs that opportunity. But how was I able to differentiate myself from others? Now, I'm not going to neglect the God factor, because it is actually like the most important thing. Like that's the that's like the summary of everything. However, there are principles and steps that you will take, and that is what I'm going to be telling you. So the first thing you want to talk about, or that I want to talk about, is your bio. Right? So what is your bio? What is your brief? What is on LinkedIn that actually speaks about you? What is your voice on LinkedIn? So what is your bio? Is your bio just there to say, hey, my name is Moi and I love to talk, and reach out to me if you have any job? That makes no sense. I mean, nobody in their right sense will actually reach out to me that way, because they are like, what's wrong with this one? Who is this one? Right? So yeah, please, can you still hear me? I want to be sure we can still hear me. Right? So yes, so your bio speaks a lot about you. So have a brief of yourself. Now, as I'm talking, if you have questions, please, you can just like comment it so that I can just continue, and we can move like that. So what is your bio saying about you? What is a bio? A bio is basically a summary of yourself, of what you do, of your skills, of your personality. Right? So you might want to, even before you open a LinkedIn account, or before you get serious on LinkedIn, you might want to create, interesting, thank you, Ara, you might want to create a bio for yourself. So you want to write a brief about yourself. Now, I'm going to use an example of someone that has not started working, or someone that does not have any big achievement like that, right? So we can say, for example, so let's assume the person's name is, okay, let's say Moi, right? So I can say Moyoluwa is a growth focused or a goal oriented lady. Now, you might want to say that's big grammar, but again, the way you position yourself online will actually be one of the things that will make people define you. It's just like that popular saying, like, you'll be addressed the way you are dressed. So your dressing on LinkedIn is actually what you are putting there. right? So what is on your bio? Is your bio showing that you are a stripper, or is your bio showing that you are a club girl, or is your bio showing that you are someone that doesn't pay attention to details, that is not serious? No, you don't want to do that, right? And I believe nobody on this session will do that, right? So your bio would speak about you. So Moyoluwa is a growth or a goal oriented lady that is just starting out in her career but is passionate about learning from experts in let's look for an industry now. Let's say in data analytics, or in the data analytics industry. How does that sound to your ear? I mean, very interesting, right? Yes, so that's just the way it works, right? So after saying that, you can now go on to say that I am currently taking courses, or I'm currently building my career in data analytics, and I am open to internship opportunities, or I'm open to work in a company that will allow me grow and further my career dreams and goals. And then you can put a way to reach out to you, because you don't want to leave it blank, and then when the person wants to reach out to you, they are not looking for your email address, or your what's it called, your profile is locked and they cannot even access you. No, that is wrong, right? So I believe you got that. So if you got that, please just comment below and let me know that you got that. So your bio speaks a lot about you. Now the second thing I want to talk about is your picture. Now, as regards social media platforms, when we compare Instagram and then TikTok and other platforms, you can actually post a picture that looks like this there and it will go. You can do like this, or you can just do something funny. You can just do anything and it will actually work, and people will be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But on LinkedIn, because it's a professional thing, what is required is a very good headshot. Interesting. Thank you, Ara, for that feedback. I think Ara is the only one on this call, and I might just give you a bonus. Who knows? Let's see who stays till the end and gets everything. I might just, don't let me say it, but I definitely will have something for you, right? So what was I saying? So I was talking about a headshot, right? So having a headshot, I'm not saying you cut away your head, like obviously something that okay, interesting, your hair as well, right? So a good picture that defines you, that shows your face clearly, right? And is able to articulate, like, so that when somebody sees the picture, they can actually see a serious and responsible person there. So you don't want to do a picture that is sideways, and then it's only your ear and your hair that is showing and your face is not showing, right? So you want to put a picture that is actually showing who you are, because we're in a world of scammers these days, and everybody is just trying to be cyber security conscious. Nobody wants to, stay aloof, right? So you don't want to be how do I put it now? You don't just want to be lost in the multitude of people. So what does your picture say about you? Because that is what people would say. I think my picture is like this. I actually took a picture that looks like this, right? So yes, your picture speaks a lot about you. The next thing again is your CV. Like I said earlier, your profile is your mini CV. So that's actually what I'm referring to now. So by saying your mini CV on LinkedIn, I'm actually referring to your profile. So what is your educational background? What schools have you attended? What certifications have you acquired? What knowledge have you gotten? What courses have you taken? There are actually spaces for all of that, right? So I can't share a screen on this live session. I would have shown us all of that on LinkedIn, but after this session, I would want you to go to LinkedIn and surf through. You can use my profile as an example. The link to my profile is in the description to this live session. So yes, you can actually do that, right? Okay, so after that, the next thing you want to do, okay, like I was saying, on your profile, you want to include your educational background, your knowledge background, everything that you have done. And then if you have worked in a company before, you have done something, you want to as well include that with specifics of the things that you did. Now this is where people make mistakes. So on LinkedIn, you cannot just say that I worked at Araprel's enterprise as sales executive and then you stop. No, So what was your job role? What was your responsibilities as a sales executive? What were you doing? What were the things that you were doing? So you want to actually make it into a bullet point, right? To actually highlight everything, so that when a potential recruiter comes, they are able to see that first and know that, oh, okay, this person can do this and this is actually what I'm looking for. Okay, I think this person will be a good fit. Okay, I think this will work. Okay, they are able to actually articulate your skills and experience to what they are looking for, right? And that was one of the things that actually set me apart for this particular job that blew the whole LinkedIn and Instagram, right? So my history shows that I've worked as a social media manager. It shows that I've worked as someone that communicates well. It shows that I have experiences around what they were looking for. And that was why she said that the roles and then my skills, my skills and my what's it called, my experience match with what they are looking for, right? Yes. So after that, the next thing on LinkedIn, so after you have a successful or a good looking profile, you have a very good looking picture, you have a very good looking bio, right? You have everything is set. The next thing you want to now begin to do on LinkedIn, or the next thing you want to put your time into, is to create value. Now somebody should type value. Value, I cannot overemphasize value actually, right? So value, value, value. All right, so yes, value. And if I'm going to ask you that, what was your reason for joining this live session, I can bet that one of the things you would say is because you know that you will actually get value from this session. Am I wrong or right? Right? So value is actually one of the things that attracts people to you. So this is the way it works. So if I'm here and I just come here to waste your data and your precious time, and I'm just telling you, hey, hello, this, and I'm not saying anything that is sensible, will you stay? Obviously no, like a capital no. So one of the things that attracts people to you is the value you actually offer them. So you might want to say, but I've not done anything, but I don't know much, but I don't do this, but I don't do that. No. Even where you are just starting out, for example, let's say you are in the university, you are actually learning stuffs in the university, you have a daily lifestyle, you have things that you are doing, you even have a personal story. Like your life itself should be able to you should be able to deduce value from your life story, from your history, from everything that you have done in your life, and you can even share that, right? So it's not until you have a YouTube channel, it's not until you have a course that you are selling, it's not until you actually have how do I put it now, have a business that you are doing, that people can patronize, that you now begin to share content on LinkedIn. No. Remember, I did not say content creation. I did that on purpose. So LinkedIn is not about creating content. What is your content? It should be value creation and not content creation. Please, if you got that. Oh, I feel like I just dropped the bombshell. Right? So it is value creation and not content solely. So what is that content? It is value. Because if your content does not carry value, it is just vanity. Like it is just mere words, right? Yes. So I want you to actually take note of that. So think now, how do you actually create value? How do you create content? Now, if you don't have an experience in content writing, or you don't understand, please, you want to definitely check that my video that I talked about how to start out as a content writer. It will help you, because there I was able to share how you can actually access like even job opportunities as a content writer, and how you can start out as a ground zero experience content writer, right? And I believe that would really really help you. It will really help you, right? So yeah, like I was saying, please, can you still hear me? I believe you can still hear me, right? Okay, yeah. So where was I? content creation, value creation. Now, after you have done, the first thing we talked about is your bio, right? The next thing was your picture. The next thing was your profile, right? And then I'm talking about value creation. Interesting. After done that, having done all of that, the next thing you want to pay attention to and you want to do, and that seems like the work, is consistency. Somebody say consistency. Oh my god. Now consistency is the major work on LinkedIn, right? Now somebody said a quote that I really love. The person said consistency is not showing up every day, but consistency means showing up when you are supposed to show up at the right time and in the right place, doing the right thing. And honestly, that is not wrong, because consistency actually is not about everyday thing. But for LinkedIn, I would say this: when you are just starting out on LinkedIn, it is important, and very, very important, that you get consistent and like very intentional. And that is to say that you need to show up every blessed day. Now, note that I'm saying when you are just starting out, and the reason is this: you are just growing your brand, you are just reaching out to people, you are just okay. So someone is asking that, is this studio picture or can we take our phone camera? Now, the goal of the picture will determine what you want to use. The aim and the goal of the picture is that it should be very clear. Your face should be very recognizable, so that even if the person sees you in the market tomorrow, they know that this is who I saw on LinkedIn. And that has actually happened before. Somebody just walked up to me like, oh, you are Moi? And I'm like, yes, I'm Moi. From where? Right? So the people, yeah, this is Moi. I see your picture on LinkedIn, and then I went on and I saw your YouTube channel. Yes. And I'm like, okay, yes. So it should be very crystal clear, right? Should be able to show your face, and according to passport, I think your year is important to be showing. But for LinkedIn, the basic thing is that it should be clear. If you don't have the money for studio picture is not a must. The main thing is that the picture should be clear. I'm not in the studio and I'm not using a camera to shoot this video, but obviously you can see me and I'm using a phone, right? So it should be very clear for the I don't want to say the blind person, but it should be very clear for everyone to see, right? So that is very important. Very important. So like I was saying about consistency, now one reason you need to be consistent daily on LinkedIn is because you are just building your brand. You are just starting out. So let me give a scenario. So a scenario is this: let's say somebody that goes to okay, so I think Ara is in Songo, right? Or I'm just going to use an example of a location. So let's say Ara is in Songo, and then you stay in Songo, and then you have a shop somewhere in the market in Songo there. You are selling food, and then you open on the first day. You have told people, I sell rice and beans and it is so sweet. I mean, I use a lot of rich ingredients. I make it so sweet and you enjoy it. You have told them all the good things about your food, and they come to patronize you on that first day. Now, on the first day, people came, they bought from you. A lot of people really got value from your food. They came with feedback. Oh, I enjoyed your food. I did this, I did that. And then the next day you don't come to shop. So the next day they have already come hungry. They are like, there's one food there that I must not miss, honestly, and I need to eat that food. Mommy, don't worry, don't give me food today. I'm going to buy food from Ara. And they get to the place the second day Ara has not opened. And they are like, oh, probably it's Lagos traffic, or they flooded her area and she has not come. She'll come the next day. The next day Ara does not come. Now, what do you think will happen on that first day that she didn't come? They will obviously go elsewhere to get food. And then the second time again that she did not show up, they will go elsewhere to get food. Now, on the third day, I can bet it with you that that person will go to their house. Like, rather, that person will bring food from their house instead of thinking of going to buy it from someone. And then that person will not even think of getting food from you, because they are like, what if she doesn't come again? So that's just the way it works on LinkedIn. So because you are just starting out, you are just building your network, you are just getting familiar with people, you are just making people know you, you want to always show up. So it's important that you show up early every day. You got to a point, for example, somebody once commented on my post one day and said, I've been waiting for you to post since morning, I knew you would post. And I'm like, really? That was so funny to me, right? Because I wasn't even expecting, like, that was the least thing I was expecting. But for someone to say that she was expecting my post, it means that I should not disappoint that person. And since August 10 that I made that decision till today, I have only not posted for 4 days. If I'm not mistaken, 4 days. Right? So it means that I have posted consistently every blessed day except 4 days. Since 10th of August till today is 28th of October. That's a lot. I deserve an accolade. Please give me my clap. Right? And as well, I've gotten opportunities. Like I said earlier, I've gotten jobs, I've gotten clients, I've gotten speaking engagements, and I've gotten money. Right? Yes. So this is not limited to Moyi alone. It's not limited to one or two people. It's limited, it is for everybody. Rather, it is for everybody, and you should not be left out. And that's one of the reasons I took out time to actually do this. Oh, thank you for giving me my accolade, right? So it's a lot, right? Yes. So like I was saying, so after doing that, you now see that people would begin to observe you and notice you, and then your impression will increase, your engagement will increase, and then there is like an emotional attachment between your audience and you. So for example, and as well, the more you post, the more you get followers and connections and like people to follow you. For example, when I was starting out in August, I had 910 followers, and as of today, the last time I checked, I think about 1 hour or 2 hours ago, I had 2,842 followers. Now this sounds like figure until you actually reason like they are people. So imagine I'm sitting here and 2,840, is it 44 or 42 people I saw are seated around me and I'm talking to them. So that's just the way it is. So like 2,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2,000. 2,000, it's a lot. Now is it about the followers or about this? No, it's even about that, but most especially it's about who I am positioning myself to be as a brand. Right? So for the speaking engagements I've gotten on LinkedIn, for example, one of them is like, please, we want you to train people on digital marketing. How were they able to know that I do digital marketing and I train people about digital marketing if I don't go there and put myself out there? Right? So if you do not position yourself out there, nobody will put you there. If you don't blow your trumpet, nobody will blow it for you. If you do not brand yourself, nobody will brand you. There's an adage in Yoruba that says that it is the way you actually market yourself that people will market it for you, and that's just the way it goes. Right? So if you do not put yourself there, nobody will. If you do not say that you are open to work, nobody will bring work to you. Right? So that's just the way it works, and that is one thing I want us to actually like take away from here. So that's one of my motivation for always showing up, because there are days that I don't feel like it. I told you I don't like writing, so there are days I'm like, oh my god, do I need to do this? No, I definitely don't want to do this. There are days that you feel like, ooh, writing, help, why do I need to show up, right? Like, why is this even important in the first place? But when you think of yourself as a brand, as a product, when you think like, I am the value, so if I don't sell myself, I will not get money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're selling rice, you definitely want to sell the rice so that you get money. So here I'm the one, and I cannot go about selling my body. No, I can only sell the value I can offer. Right? So if I don't sell myself, I will not get money. And obviously I need more. If you don't need money, please comment below. I just want you to just write that comment that I don't need money, oh, and I'll just send you my account number, and then you send me all the money there please, I just, or your home address, I'll just come and I'll just come to collect the ones you have, right? So if you don't need money, just let me know. But for me, I need money, and beyond even money, I need to make impact in lives. I need to help people, right? So for example, I'm helping you currently because I have gotten opportunities and I want you to get as well, right? So it is not just about getting money off LinkedIn. It's not just about getting known. It's about making impact as well, being a global voice, being a global impact, being that person that people can actually go to when they need opportunities, right? Yes, so please, are you still with me? I want to be sure you're still with me, please. If you're still with me, just place a comment below and let me know. All right, so interesting. All right, yes, so like I was saying, so that is very, very important. I think I've talked about showing up on LinkedIn, how you can access your of how you can access opportunities, right? So at this point, if you have any questions, please just let me know. You need money, interesting. So please, at this point, before I continue, before I give you the story that you want to hear, right? So if you have any questions, let me know, because I'm really excited about that story. And then there are some people that want to jackpot. Yes, there are some people that actually want to relocate. And I've said I'm going to share a document, right? I'm going to share the list of very reputable relocation experts and agents that you can go through with, right? All right. So interesting moment in AGOMA. Good to have you. Yeah, I'm so excited to have you here, right? All right. So yeah, if you have any question at this point, please do let me know. Do let me know. I think you're here for the jackpot. If I'm right, if you're here for the jackpot, just comment jackpot and let me know how I should talk about that. If I should just keep it or just take it serious, right? So does anybody have any question at this point before we continue? If you have not introduced yourself, please introduce yourself. Let me just know you're here. Just tell me your name and where you are watching me from, right? So just let's do that quickly. Okay, so while you do that, while I'm waiting to see your beautiful comments, let me just tell you the quick story. So like I said already, I think I've already made mention of it, but I'm just going to like break it down a bit more. So like I said earlier, I got consistent on LinkedIn, and the first opportunity I got on LinkedIn was actually a client that wanted to write a business plan, right? So I actually wrote the business plan. The client was not even Nigeria. She was in Denver, Colorado, in the United States, right? So I wrote a business plan for her, and then David from Oshobo, good to see you. And then I did that, and I was so excited about that because I felt like, and I was encouraged, right? So I was taking pains to write because I don't like writing. Remember, I'm saying this. So if I can write, you can write too. Honestly, and one thing I discovered is that the more you write, the more you get better. The more you write, the more you get better. Honestly. So if I can actually write, you can write as well. And let me just give you this hack. I want you to watch that video where I talked about content writing, but I'll just give you this few hacks to writing. So if you want to know how to write better, read better, honestly, it will help. So read more, right? If depending on what you want to write, that would like actually influence what you will read. So if you want to be writing more of stories, like your personal story, then read people's story the more. If you want to be writing around business, read business books the more, or blogs or websites. If you want to be writing for fashion industry, read fashion related stuff. So anything you want to write about, read about. That's the first thing, so that would widen your knowledge base, and help you to have a lot of things in your head when you actually want to write, right? So after that, another thing you can do as regards writing is to write. It sounds so silly, but that's just the truth. So the more you write, the more you get better. Now when you write, you will read what you have written and you're like, does this make any sense? No, delete it and start again, right? So you are actually writing, you are editing by yourself, and you are vetting it by yourself, so that way you get better. And then you can even give it to few people to help you check it. Okay, so I'm writing and I'm giving to Gabriel, please, can you help me check if this makes sense? If you see this online, will you read it? That's one thing I used to do. So I'll send it to my friends. I'm like, I just saw this, but if you see this online, will you read it? And they're like, so depending on what they say, and I was the one that wrote it, and they're like, oh, makes no sense, right? And then I'll have to do what? To rewrite it. So, right, you definitely want to do that. That would help you a lot. So like I was saying, after I got the business plan offer, of course I was encouraged to be more consistent on LinkedIn, and I was showing up. Even when I was writing for the client, I was still showing up. And one good thing about LinkedIn is that You can actually schedule your post ahead of time. So for example, there are days that my post will go up, it will show that I've posted on LinkedIn, but I did not just post it at that moment. I would have scheduled it ahead of time. So there are actually tools and stuff that you can do. Don't worry, I've put some links in the comments, sorry, in the description section that will really help you, right? How you can even join the challenge that I joined that helped me, as well as a YouTube course, a LinkedIn course rather, that would be of help to you. So after that, I was encouraged to write more, and I began to write the more. And because there was, I remember there was a midnight, I actually took this time to work on my profile. So I worked on my profile, and I'm so glad that that paid off, because that was one of the things that my recruiter saw and was able to grant me access to not just a job, right? I was also able to get a scholarship to a master class that was 100,000 naira. So if you know how naira is becoming expensive these days, you will know how valuable 100,000 means. I remember telling my mom that I got a scholarship for 100,000 training, and she was like, "What's the training about? What kind of training is 100,000 for crying out loud? Is it university?" Even my university school fees was not 100,000 for a semester or for a session, and that was really a big win for me, and I'm always grateful for that opportunity, right? So again, there are opportunities on LinkedIn. Just today, a friend was reaching out to me of an opportunity she got on LinkedIn as well, right? And she's currently in the challenge that I joined, and I was so happy to hear that. So the company is again an international company, and then she got an opportunity. Now there are opportunities on LinkedIn, but it is you that you are not showing up that you need opportunity. You know the way you attend parties, and then they are serving food, they are giving people packages, they are giving people food, and you are just in one corner looking. Nobody is coming to give you food, and you're not talking. And you are there thinking in your mind, I need food oh, give me food oh, give me now that person has walked past you and does not even know that you were sitting there, and you're not talking. The next thing you will hear honestly is that food has finished, and it's so painful. If you have experienced that before, please let me know. I've experienced it before, and I know how painful it can be, especially when you have traveled miles for a party or for an event, and they give everybody the package but you are excluded. Can be very painful, right? And you do not want that to happen to you on LinkedIn, right? So that is very important. So that was how I was able to actually position myself right, because when I made that post, I made a post, and one thing about LinkedIn is, and obviously that was one of the things I learned from the challenge. So one thing about LinkedIn is you actually have the opportunity to even spotlight people. So what I did was I spotlighted somebody. There was someone I admire so much, and I just wrote about her on LinkedIn. You know, I celebrated her on LinkedIn, and it was a friend that reached out and was like, "I really love this. Oh wow, indeed, she's a very good friend of mine. She does this, she does that," and that post made that person to go and check my profile. Now you would see that that post I made was valuable to that person, and that made that person to actually go like the step further to check my profile, to actually see what I have done or what I am doing or what I can do, and then to offer me a job, right? So that was how I was able to actually get that job. I didn't know her from Adam, I didn't know her from anywhere. I just was doing my thing on LinkedIn, and then like I said on Instagram, God just hijacked the post from me and made the lady to find me, and that was how I got that, right? So one thing I just want you to know is when you are consistently showing up where you should be, and when you are consistently in the place where you are, honestly the right opportunities will locate you. It is not you that will go and start looking for opportunities. Now there is also a way you can go and look for opportunities on LinkedIn, and I'm just going to talk about that briefly. So on LinkedIn there are different sections that can help you to get jobs. So there is a place that has open to work feature. So if you're open to work, you would include it there that, "Oh, I'm currently not engaged in any work and I am looking for a job." So LinkedIn will ask you that, which roles are you looking for, or what are the skills you have, right? So upon feeling that, you can write let's say for example you are a content writer, or you are what else, let's say you're a social media manager, or you are a web developer, right? So you can include it there, so that when people that are looking for people in that area are searching, they would see you, right? Honestly, LinkedIn is a lot, and it cannot be like concluded in a whole day, honestly. So that's one aspect. However, there is another place. So when you open the LinkedIn application, there is somewhere below, you would see home, you would see notification, connection request. I'm talking of the base, like at the latter end, you would see one place that has jobs. So on that jobs section, many people don't use it, right? And I won't blame people for not using it, because when you want to click on a job, or when you click on a job and you want to apply, you will just see that, for example, there was a job I saw, and over 500 people have applied. And I'm like, where will I start from? Will I even get called at all? If 500 people are applying for this role, I just hope that I will not be lost there, right? So one thing I now did was that and that was one of the things that really helped me. I now position myself better on LinkedIn. So instead of me reaching out to people for opportunities, people are now the one coming to me for opportunity. And I think that is what is really, really important. It works so well, right? It works so well. Lest I forget, please, as you are watching this video, if you are getting value from, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Like, it is very important. It means a lot to me. Please, that's like one of the best things you can do to me. Just give it a thumbs up if you have not. And if you have not subscribed, probably you just stumbled on this live session, please subscribe to join this amazing family of LinkedIn and YouTube and growth and money and valuable learners, right? So we learn about basically, I film about growth around every aspect. I talk about career growth, I talk about personal branding, and I talk about everything. So to wrap it all up, I'm not done yet. Thank you so much for the accolades. I really appreciate that. So while you are gathering your questions, if you have questions, please ask. So while you are gathering your questions, I just want to say this now. I understand that there is struggle with going on LinkedIn, because I've seen somebody reach out to me and say, I've been posting every day on LinkedIn, but nobody is commenting on my post, nobody is liking it, nobody is reaching out to me, I'm not getting opportunities, what can I do? Now, that is where community comes to play. And one thing about community that really helps is that, we move faster. There's this saying that when you go alone. When you go alone, you do stuff, you do great stuff, but when you go with people, you will do better and you move faster. Now, there is something on LinkedIn that really, really is important, that has helped me. So people have consistency challenges, that they have a community of people that they encourage themselves to grow on LinkedIn. And that's one of the things that I joined that really helped me. And I used to tell people that there is nothing that is too much to be invested in yourself. For me to have actually gotten a scholarship of 100,000 just for personal development, I mean, it's a lot. Like, it's a whole lot. And personally, there is no amount that is too much for me to spend to my growth, like on my growth, in my growth, for my growth, with my growth, right? And that is the attitude I actually want you to cultivate as well, because it will help you in your growth, not just on LinkedIn, but even in the world, right? Generally. And that is why some things that I have access to, somebody that did not go through the training that I've gone through would not have access to it, right? And the same thing for you. If you have attended a training and you have access to some stuff, because I have not attended that training, I don't have access to it, and that is where we differ, right? So investing in yourself is very important, and for that challenge, honestly, it is something that I greatly recommend for you. And once you join, you would have a community of people. So another thing about that challenge is that you'll be given the content to post. That's the good thing, right? And then you have a community of like-minded, that you have like accountability structures to yourself. It will really help. Another thing is, if you check the description, there are actually two links as regards LinkedIn there. So there is another one that is saying LinkedIn bundle or LinkedIn course or something. So that is actually an all-in-one course that would really, really, really help you to grow more on LinkedIn. For example, in less than 2 months, I grew from 910 followers to almost 3,000 followers. I know one lady that grew from 140 followers to close to 1,500 followers in just 2 weeks. And it's a whole lot, right? It's a whole lot. So like all of these courses, trainings, investment are things that you invest in yourself to help you grow and then position you out there as somebody that is valuable and worth it, right? So that is one thing that I want you to do. And honestly, you can take the words from me. This is me now. This is Muyoluwa banking on these words that I want to say, that if after you go through the challenge and you take those courses and you do not see any difference, come back, I'll give you your money. Because they are not free courses, they are not free challenges, they are just a token about 5,000 naira, and that is even more than your data, right? The average data I do in a month is 15,000 naira, and like many of us do more than that. I know, right? Like that's how many dollars. It's just about $10 if I'm not mistaken, right? So like this is something that you can invest yourself into and it will really help. So if you have any questions, please ensure that you begin to ask now. So for everyone that is interested in the jackpot thing and you want to relocate, let me answer the first question on everybody's mind. Is Moyoluwa in Canada now? No, my dear, no. All right, so I'm in Lagos, Nigeria at the moment, right? And I'm currently working with a company, right? So that was not like a lie or a scam. So the company is actually in Canada, but at the moment I am working and I am currently still located in Nigeria. So I'm in Nigeria at the moment. So because I've gotten tons of messages and questions, how is Canada right now? How is this? Oh, Canada is very cold and I'm feeling cold, obviously. Right, but at the moment I'm in Nigeria. So but is that to say that there is no opportunity that locate like that relocate people from wherever they are to other countries? There are lots of companies that do that. I know of a 16-year-old on LinkedIn that a company in Russia, and I think it was India first or Russia, one of those countries, actually relocated him totally. He does software engineering and all of that. So they relocated him from Nigeria there, and he has been there for months now, right? So it's actually achievable and it's a whole lot of opportunities that you don't want to miss out. So please and please, if you're still with me, just place a comment below. If you have questions, please ask. So for the jackpot people, I have put a link in the in the description below of reputable and credible agents that you can reach out to as regards questions and every help you need. Because as for me, I'm not a Canadian agent and I'm looking out for opportunities as well as you are, right? So one thing I do is, of course, to position myself well for opportunities, not just on LinkedIn but even across, and then to ask the right questions from the right people. Stay updated, it will help. Then you can as well reach out to companies. So that's one thing I know that really works. So you want to relocate to Canada, reach out to companies that are in Canada if they are helping people to relocate. Make sure you are offering value, because you cannot just tell them that, please, I just want to jackpot, I'm begging you. No, they are not interested in wasting their time and their money on somebody that will not add value to them. So look at how you can actually add value to your company or to them, and then reach out to them via LinkedIn and every other social media platforms. And you don't want your Instagram to be showing a different thing from what your LinkedIn is showing, right? So on Instagram you are side chick, or you're something something chick, or you are showing there as an unserious fellow, and then you are coming to LinkedIn to show yourself as a serious fellow. My dear, people always check across board. I've had a recruiter tell me that, Moyi, I saw your Instagram. I'm like, this person is not even following me on Instagram. I mean, I'm not following you as well. How did you now know? But people search for you. That's what you don't know. People always search for you across board. Across board. One of my bosses have told me once that, I Moyi, I saw your post on LinkedIn that you posted about so 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 and so. I basically mentioned what I talked about in that post, and I'm like, hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. When? How? Where? You won't know people are watching, but they are. So you want to position yourself well across every platform, because again, social media never forget. Honestly, social media never forget, and you do not just want to leave any loophole from any platform. So I think on this note, I'm trying to see what else have I forgotten. Just remind me if there is anything you want me to talk about that I have not talked about. Just let me know. So I'm checking from my platform, from my jots. What else? So let me know if you have questions, or let me know what stood out to you in this video. If you have not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have not liked this video, just give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Like I said, the live session will be available even after this, even after this live, so you can still share it with your friends that are yet to join. So did you find this 1 hour 80 minutes valuable? Just let me know. We're not done yet, so you can still stay behind. So if you have questions as regards the bundle I talked about, as regards the challenge, please let me know. Just use the link below to register. And honestly, if you do not see any result, it has a money back guarantee. I'm going to give you back your money. It is not a challenge created by me, but the person that created it is highly credible, and I can recommend any day, anytime, right? So you definitely find value from it. Having said that, please, I have a disclaimer and I want to say it. The link below for the Canadian agent, like I said in the document when you open it, please and please, I don't have any personal interactions with them and I do not know them in person. However, they have proven to be very credible. Like we talked about earlier, they have proven to be very credible and authentic online, and that is one of the reasons why I'm recommending them to you, right? Because a couple of people as well recommended them to me at different points in time, and I know people that have gone through them, right, and have like found results. So you definitely want to do that, but please and please, they are not Moyin's brothers or sisters, right? There are people you must have seen online, but now you can reach out to them one-on-one to ask them questions. So please, I'm waiting. Any questions, any questions, any questions, any questions, any questions. Again, if you have not subscribed, please ensure you do so. If you have not liked, if you have not commented below, please let me know where you're watching me from. Please, your name and where you're watching me from. Your name and where you're watching me from. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes. I think we should be done in about 10 minutes. Now, on that note, I'm going to be saying this. So obviously, okay. So thanks for this opportunity. My question is, do LinkedIn opportunities available to those in Lagos and to other states? Okay, so the way LinkedIn work is this. Because LinkedIn is a global platform, right? And everybody across the world have access to it. Now, it's important that you put your location on LinkedIn, so that if, for example, it's a physical opportunity you would get, people will know where to locate you, right? People will know where to locate you. So opportunities are global. And like I said, most of the opportunities I've gotten, like they are even from people that are not in Nigeria. And it is just that when you position yourself well, you know, the world is now digital, and I don't need to be with you to actually provide value to you. I don't need to be with you to actually work with you, right? So we can work virtually and it really works well. So opportunities are across locations, but if what you desire is a physical opportunity, you would definitely always want to include that you are located in Lagos, Nigeria, you're located in Ogun State, Nigeria, or you're located in Canada or USA or wherever it is that you are located. Please, did I answer your question, David? Please just let me know if I answered your question. Okay, does anybody have any other question? I was thinking somebody will even ask a question like how do I I don't know, but I was just thinking, because that was one of the struggles I faced, right? How do I get to like write? I feel like writing should be the challenge, but I believe I have helped on that. So, like I said earlier, just keep writing. It will help you, and then ensure that you are writing about something that you can relate to. Yeah, that works a lot. So, for example, I am not an engineer. If I now decide to start writing about engineering, definitely I'm shooting myself in the leg, because I will need to start researching and I will not sound relatable and authentic. People will not be able to relate. People will feel like I'm struggling somewhere, right? So that's just the way it works. So ensure that you're writing about something that you actually you are vast about, something that you actually understand, right? Yeah, so that's actually the way it works. Okay, so any other question? Okay, I think there's another question. So LinkedIn opportunities are actually available to everybody. Honestly, it's available to everybody, everybody, and you can have access to opportunities. And that's why it's important that you actually show up. Honestly, it's very, very important that you show up. You definitely show up. It's very, very important. So on that note, if we have no more questions, I'm trying to see. I believe we would still have more questions, but in the absence of any other question, I'm trying to see. Please, if you have any question, endeavor to write it below. I'm checking to see if we have any questions. So please and please ensure that you share this with your friends, with your colleagues, and everybody that needs to like get opportunities from LinkedIn. I've gotten opportunities across board, and this is something that I would get over and over again. I'm so certain about it. So without wasting any more of your time, everyone, I'm so grateful that you have joined me on this live session. Please, if you are still here, I want to know those that stay till the end and those that I'll be rendering my free help to. So just comment below one thing that you learned from this session. One thing that you learned from this session. I want to know so that I can pick. I think one person is fine, right? Or two people. Let's see, one or two people, one or two people, right? So if you okay, so I think it's only Larry Joshua that is still here, right? That's commented. So please and please, I'm so grateful that you have joined this live session, and I'm so grateful that it happened. If you need to reach out to me, so please reach out to me, Mr. Damlari Joshua. Please, if you need out to if you need to reach out to me as regards anything, if you need help with your LinkedIn or anything, you can send me an email. My email is in the comment section below again, or you can in the description below rather, and you can as well send me messages across boards. So I'm so excited to have you once again. Thank you so much for joining. If you have not subscribed, please ensure that you subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please ensure that you subscribe. And if you have not liked, please ensure that you like this video. Apologies, I have to quickly switch the light. Yeah, so if you have not subscribed, please ensure that you subscribe. And if you have not liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really excited, and I'm happy that this happened. I can't wait to celebrate you on LinkedIn and across all platforms. And honestly, I cannot wait to cheer you on. I'm rooting for you, and like I always say, don't stop learning, don't stop growing, don't stop living the best life that you should live, because honestly, you deserve the best life, right? You deserve to be the best that you have been destined to be. Thank you so much. Till I come your way again, please don't stop at this one video. Watch other videos on this channel, and you will find value from them.